It's the Logic Vault. We're going to get right into it. So, again, we got another one from Papa Meat. The title is These People Want to Be Sick. There's also a little caption here for HIV/AIDS. I'm not going to lie. I think Papa Meat is about to give us a good one. So, let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, on a side note, I am eating, got my Arizona like normal, and the top ramen because I'm poor. And let's run it.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Tune in and sit on down because today I took a shower.
Oh,
Hair's not greasy. Sometimes to take a shower takes a long time to let my hair air dry. I don't see anybody comments again as someone saying that the haircut looks bad. Hair's wet, not greasy. You want to smell it, Nick, and see how it smells? And then go ahead and go back and then give your review.
10 out of 10. Smells like wet dog hair.
I don't know. It should smell like Dove.
As a child, I went on a date with a girl when her dad was there. This is 6th grade. I don't think he liked me, but he sprayed me with a water hose.
Frankenstein, for example, is to me an expression of all of our society.
He got all my hair wet, and I told him not to. It makes my...
Today we're going to talk about bug chasing. And no, not regular bugs, because when it comes to the world of sexual fetishes, yep, we're going there. There is no limit to what absurd things people can find themselves aroused by. And in most cases, there's no reason to judge people for what gets them excited in the bedroom, right? Behind closed doors, Nick, anything's fine. After all, nobody wants to kink shame, right? But what about a fetish that revolves around testing the boundaries of physical health? Disclaimer for this video. Disclaimer. Don't want people getting mad. 1, video's gonna be gross. 2, bug chasing is a very hotly debated topic and has been for quite some time. It's believed by many to be overblown and inaccurately reported on during a time where concept was more novel and shocking, okay? So keep that in mind, that our goal is just to talk about...
Okay, we're going to pause this real quick because it seems like bug chasing, and there was a statement that I read real quick there that said giving. Hold on, let me... Where is it at? Hold on.
By. And in most cases, there's no reason to judge people for what gets them excited in the bedroom, right? Behind closed doors, Nick, anything's fine. After all, nobody wants to kink shame, right? But what about a fetish that revolves around testing the boundaries of physical health? Disclaimer for this video. Disclaimer. Don't want people getting mad. 1, video's gonna be gross. 2, bug chasing is a very hotly debated topic and has been for...
There it is, right there. Bug chasing and gift giving. Systematic review through the circles of sexuality framework. I'm telling you right now, if you have a disease and you give that to someone who doesn't have that disease, you deserve to be like, okay, I'm a bit extreme. Absolutely. You deserve to be put through the ringer. You deserve to be strung up. You are foul. You are disgusting. You should never do that to someone, because that ruins their life. All right? All right? But again, this is just personal opinion. And people hate what I have to say. Well, guess what? That's too damn bad. It sucks. No one likes what I have to say, but I say it anyways. I've been this way since whenever, and I haven't really changed. My clothing style might have changed. My attitude didn't. Let's continue.
Quite some time. It's believed by many to be overblown and inaccurately reported on during a time where concept was more novel and shocking, okay? So keep that in mind, that our goal is just to talk about what it is and what other people are saying online and in the news, right? I have no opinion. I am a shell of myself.
Or you do have an opinion.
I thought that this was just kind of interesting that people, pretty much for a few people, just when you want to click off the video, let me just summarize it here. People like to go to parties, like to cough each other's faces, and they catch their diseases.
Everybody cough in my face. Do it.
Okay, big game hunting, and they get hard, and they sometimes chum. So if that's a video that you're interested in, plop on down and hang out for a bit, or if you just said, you know what, I'm good, more power to you. Bug chasing is one of the stranger is out there, one that many people are becoming more aware of after a viral story posted to TikTok by someone named Belisa Bell. In her TikTok, she goes on a frustrated rant about her father.
My dad purposefully got HIV because he's a self-proclaimed bug chaser and he thinks that it's hot.
He self-described himself as a bug chaser, choosing to live this life because he thinks it's hot. According to her, this was something he had slowly been planning ever since she was a kid.
When we were children, he started to buy books about AIDS and the AIDS epidemic. He would read them and then he would come up to our family and my other siblings and tell us about how amazing it was to be able to take care of victims of the AIDS epidemic and how wouldn't it be such a good cause? How he just feels so bad for all of those victims and how they just want someone to take care of them.
How do you throw that into the conversation? You know what I mean, at Thanksgiving? I'm not thankful. I bet that's how you start off. I'm not thankful. I don't have AIDS. Nothing to be thankful for. Can you pass the gravy?
About 2 years ago, my family received a call about how my dad was extremely sick. He had rashes on his body. He couldn't sleep, night sweats, all of these horrible things. He genuinely seemed like he was going to die. He goes to the hospital a couple of days later, and then we get a call. He had developed 3 STDs, one of them being HIV.
How do you get AIDS?
It has to come from someone with HIV, sexual contact, blood transfer.
So there's no way I could just be in a produce section looking at a pomegranate.
No. You just can't get hit by like AIDS ray or something.
An AIDS ray is crazy.
AIDS ray now.
This video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Breaking bad habits can be hard. Let Fume help you with that.
Dude, what a
Fume is
nose
not a vape,
pick.
It's not an e-cig, it's just flavored air, which means you can use Fume anywhere. With
Not
Fume,
really.
There's no vapor, no nicotine, and never any toxic chemicals. And on top of that, Fume is an award-winning device that puts you on the path towards being free from bad habits. I love Fume's crisp mint flavor the most.
I'm not
And also
mistaken.
how compact the device
In
is. Oh,
high
Fume is also
school,
there for whenever you feel anxious.
and I think
Keep
middle
Fume
school,
by
I
your side
learned
and
that
find your calm by
HIV
satisfying
and or
clicks and
AIDS
snaps of
cannot
the device
survive.
whenever and wherever you need to
Like,
be.
it has
Over
to be in the
500,000
fluid.
people have
I mean, I
already
saw
made
that
the
it
switch
said
to Fume as
it
part of
does
their
have to be
habit
fluid,
change
but
journey. If you're
it'll
ready to try
die
for yourself,
upon
now's the time. For a
contact
limited
with
time, if
oxygen
you order the
and stuff
Journey
like that.
Pack using my code PAPAMEAT, you'll get free Fume Topper and an awesome accessory
Or like
to level
exposure
up
to the
your
elements.
experience. Click the link at tryfume.com/PapaMeat or scan the QR code on the screen to get yours today. Thank you to Fume for sponsoring this video, and back to the video.
But it got so bad that at one point, he was fully convinced it was going to kill him. He discovered he had HIV as well as 3 other STDs. To do this, bug chasers will have unprotected, or as we all say in the cool community, bareback sex with other men hoping to spread the disease. Damn, dude. So he wasn't gay, he was just like, I want you to give it to me. It's kinda
Brokeback
dedication.
Mountain.
What about sex is it that gives you HIV?
Tearing like the inside of your hole. You're tearing skin, from what I heard. Can we do fact check?
I want to put the fact check, and while I talk, I want my voice to slow lower in the mix so I can talk about this. Does it have anything to do with poop?
No.
So it's not about fissure tearing and then the poop gets in there. He better really have lowered the volume for that. While the fact check is up.
He really needed to
Not
know
only did
that
he try
one.
to groom me to be his
That was a
partner and
specific
his
question.
toy, but he also wanted us, his family, to take care of him when he purposefully self-destructed.
No.
Do you think that's like a victim complex?
Yeah, it's a victim It's kind of like
Sounds victimized.
Gypsy Rose's mom. It's like Munchausen's by proxy or whatever. But it's just isn't it just regular Munchausen syndrome? I thought Munchausen syndrome when she's like, I'm sick and I'm a victim. Help me. After the story had gone viral, her family was furious at her for talking about it publicly, and Blizzard was kicked out of the home, and she began resorting to TikTok crowdfunding to afford moving out. This eventually worked out, and she has been updating people about the process as it develops. Can you get get rid of AIDS or HIV? What exactly is the difference? Because this is actually an interesting thing people don't know. What is the difference between HIV and AIDS?
AIDS is a advanced stage of HIV. AIDS stands for autoimmune disease. So,
What does HIV stand for?
human
Immunovirus. Human
Fact check again.
immune-
And if there's something with poop there, then I want then we
That's what it was.
put the edit
Human
back in. I'm almost positive it has
immunodeficiency.
nothing to do with poop.
That's what it was. Virus.
You're telling me that blood and semen, but there's no poop. The fact check has still got to be up during this part.
Wait. Go back.
the
This
blood
is
and
important, and I think people should know this. No, HIV cannot be spread through poop. Same goes for urine, saliva, sweat, and tears. Okay, so if you cry into somebody's mouth and they've got, you know, the good old HIV of AIDS, you're not gonna get it. Don't worry. That's what a wild concept. HIV can't be spread through poop? Wait. Same goes for urine, saliva? Hold it. I gotta set my noodles down. Hold on. We're gonna look this up. Oh, right, duh. I'm having a blank here. Right there, let's see. Wow. All right. All right, let's continue.
But there's no poop. The fact check has still got to be up during this part. Voice lowered. Bug chasing has been around for quite some time. In fact, many claim that it's been a thing since the AIDS epidemic of the early 80s. As medication began lowering the death rate of virus, gay men slowly began having unsafe sex once again, no longer being afraid of catching it. Even back in 1997, it was known that a tiny community of bug chasers existed. There was fear that if their numbers were to grow, it could roll back the last decade's worth of work, medical advances, you know what I mean?
Jesus.
I don't do a fact check. I don't even feel comfortable publicly saying that. I have no we cite your sources.
I was gonna say that sounds cartoonishly evil to
That
paint the gay
sounds
people.
that sounds like an offensive. It feels like someone pulled that from like an anti-gay pamphlet or something. You know what I mean? And they were so evil and so horny that they said, "Why are we doing? Let's just give each other AIDS." There's no way. We have got to fact check. Let's do swig break is fact check.
You know,
fact check. There have been many publications.
You know what I actually think happened? So I think, okay, HIV is a pretty fucking serious thing, but I have an odd feeling that aside from the whole victim mentality and they want to be, you know, taken care of, when they get, like, let's say they get it from somebody and they didn't know, and then they find out. Well, what I think happens in the brain is that they kind of go into a shock sort of state, and it causes them as a person to just kind of flip in a weird way, and it makes them, I want to say, want to spread it out more to people so they don't feel alone, maybe. I also think that I think it just causes their brain, I think it causes them a mental change and makes them want to spread it, which is why they become bug chasers. Because then it wasn't just that one, they want them all. I think it affects them so bad mentally that, you know, that's what happens. Anyways, let's continue.
That have greatly exaggerated the prevalence of the bug chasing community to make a more enticing article. The way it's been sensationalized has made it incredibly hard to determine the truth about this strange fringe group. So even though it is real, I think some people, maybe even ourselves with the amount of fact checking we have to do, are making it seem maybe much worse than it is. Even though we did start this video on a man bug chasing HIV. Even if someone's like, I have the flu, can you cough in my face? Why? No, there is, but I'm just saying, It doesn't have to just be HIV. Even so, like, can you imagine someone being like, you got chicken pox? But a supposed groundbreaking report by the Rolling Stones included an interview with Dr. Bob Cabage, the director of behavioral health services in San Francisco. He was quoted saying that 25% of newly infected gay men are seeking HIV, consciously or not. Fact check! Fact check!
That's no way.
There is no way! What are we doing? Who wrote this one?
Yeah.
Oh, just both of them? We have got to fucking get some HR stuff going on. What's your opinion on gay marriage? It's fine. In a Newsweek article, however, he ranted about how he never actually said that. All right, redact the anti-homophobe. Okay. And even told their fact checker this was completely false before its release. I don't care.
So they just
Make it 38%. Whatever. Say he hates gay people. Like, I never said that on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Other outlets like Vice insist that bug chasers engage in sex roulette parties, which are events in which one person is secretly infected with HIV, and everyone avoids the use of condoms during sex, giving people the thrill of not knowing whether or not they have it. Many of the peoples referenced in these articles seem certain of their existence, but cannot seem to point to a specific group event they've seen with their actual eyes. You know what? It's too much HIV stuff.
I was gonna say.
Because every time I've ever heard bug chasers before, because I've heard it before, this HIV viral post, but it was always like people being like, you have strep throat, or like you have it was like, it's basically like minor thing. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of anyone being like, I need to go get HIV. Not saying there isn't, because I bet you there is someone out there who's like, let me toe the line.
I would say it's general STDs. They want to get like gonorrhea or like
Yeah.
something that's kind of curable, where it's just like roulette of like, I'm gonna get sick, and then you find out if you got sick or not.
It's like an adrenaline rush. It's like an adrenaline junkie. Can you imagine someone the same way that someone like buys like a necklace and they're like, oh, I've always wanted this chain. Could you imagine that with like genital warts? I've always wondered what my balls or pussy would look like with all these like these little pearls hanging off my skin.
Pearls?
I want to, I want to interview a bug chaser who they regret doing it, where they're just like, I was
Pearls
stupid.
is such
That
a
has to
crazy
be
thing to say.
90% of them, if not 99% of them, right? I think it's something where you just you get the thrill. It's like that's got to be the craziest post-nut clarity. Sit at home, blanket around, and throw it on your mouth. Oh, jeez. Across all strange corners of the internet, you'll find people discussing these so-called bug chaser parties, while it's likely that they're being completely overblown. I think it'd be interesting to see what they claim goes on during these events. There are two types of gift giver parties. One involves an orgy that consists of just one HIV positive person. After the deed is done, the host reveals who the positive person was, letting the group know who was potentially infected.
See, I wouldn't want that. I don't want to know who's infected.
You don't? I like that, actually, at the end of the party. Everybody gather around. Who had fun tonight? It was a good time. We had a great time. And for everyone wondering, drum roll. It was Sarah. She's like, or actually, that's a big guy. It was David.
That's
David.
nasty.
I knew. I had to suspect. I should have went with my gut. Like a part of that casual at a party. Maybe it is.
So you know what'd be fun though? You go into those parties and looking around and being like, guessing who's got it. You know, there's got to be one guy who's just like,
Everyone's all health. Everyone's all good, and then one guy has like super gaunt eyes and cheekbones. It's like Nosferatu sitting in the back.
God, that'd be nasty as hell. Oh, Jesus.
No, couldn't be him.
Couldn't
Too
be him.
obvious. The other variation of these parties involves
That's so
one
nasty.
negative person having sex with multiple positive people. These parties can supposedly range anywhere from a few people all the way up to 30 people. And usually, the host provides some type of drugs or alcohol to guests to enhance the experience, right? Malibu rum and an oatmeal cream cookie. Within the community, it is said that there's a lot of terminology that gets thrown around during these events. But here's what we're seeing the most often. If someone is looking to get infected, they are called pause chasers. You know, bleep it. I don't know what it's pause chasers. I don't know if I like that. Those looking to receive the disease look for HIV positive sperm, which is referred to as pause load, or poison seed.
Hold on, folks. I have a phone call in the other room.
There are even pause. pleasers who have HIV medication but identify as a bug chaser. Some members claim to take part in a ritual that involves them damaging their own to the point where they basically bleed. This way, when they have sex, there's a higher chance of spreading the disease. There is no way this video stays monetized. We have to bleep all of that. That's just. And I guess the only way that we can have it, like what I just said, was some people want they want their whole to have strawberry syrup. This can be done in a variety of ways, but some people putting fireworks on their to do maximum change.
There's no way.
What do you mean your blew up? I stuck an M80 up there and let her rip. Some people make it easy.
Oh my God. Oh, here we go.
For you to identify them as positive. If a positive person wants negative people to know he's open to infecting them, it's said that they'll get a biohazard symbol tattooed on their body. That's insane. Most of the time, it's placed somewhere visible on their arms or legs. Some opt to get it tattooed on the shaft of their penis as a direct warning to anyone they encounter. But let's take a step back and discuss why it is that people find themselves taking part in bug chasing. For many bug chasers, the idea of catching HIV and other STDs is simply an extreme online fantasy. Bug chasers existed for a long time. However, the internet has allowed the community to practice the fetish without actually contracting the disease, right? You do a nice little role play. It could be a little preemie baby. You gotta do that, and then you get to live a normal life after that. For some, bug chasing is similar to thrill seeking or adrenaline rushes. It's the idea that they're doing something taboo and potentially dangerous that gives them this rush. And online, a man spoke out about how his ex was a chaser and how his kink was going to holes without the use of a condom. He had HIV and got a thrill off knowing that he altered someone's life without them ever knowing it was him.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It's stuff like that, okay? I mean, granted, if you're going to a glory hole, that's a your fault situation, okay? You did that to yourself. Secondly, that's what I mean though, you know, you ruin someone else's life because you're getting some sort of a thrill or push or some sort of fun out of it. It's not okay. It's not all right. I mean, it's actually foul. Like, this is gross. I think this is nasty as hell. Like, you know, I'm not going to shame anybody, you know, if you have the disease, but I will absolutely dig your grave and roast you if you try to spread your disease around, okay? Because, you know, it's just gross. That shit's nasty, all right? That's not everybody wants that. I think it's gross. It's foul. It's disgusting. It's absolutely nasty, Chief. Absolutely nasty. Anyways, guys, I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time, so we're actually going to stop it here. But no, be sure to go and check out Papa Meat's channel. Go ahead and, you know, give him a like, give him a subscribe. He's got some good videos out. Be sure to check out Asmongold and other people like that as well. Roanoke Gaming is a good one. But anyways, like always, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Logic Vault. And we do it the Logic way or with no logic at all. I'll see you guys in the next one.